So taking features and specifications into the account for the UPerfect UGame K118 18-inch IPS monitor, we have a 1600p resolution, that's QHD, basically 2560 times 1600, 144 Hz frequency, 3 milliseconds response time, and much more. But the cool thing is that comparing it to the Uplay C2, which is 15.6 inch, we have an 18-inch screen right here, and it's more simplistic in a ways when we're talking about functionality, access to the ports, and everything else. So let's break it down with the features and specs.
UPerfect.
The display ratio is 16:10 and viewing angle is 178 degrees. We have IPS panel and the contrast ratio is 1000:1. Maximum brightness that it can achieve is 300 credea per square meter. Color gamut is 100% DCI-P3. Rated power 12 volts. We have metal final finish. It has HDR, but it doesn't have touchscreen, auto rotation, and built-in battery. I have to mention those so you know. It has FreeSync, it has VESA mount, 75 x 75 millimeters, and it uses M4 x 4 millimeters. It has two built-in speakers with 1 watt. The dimensions are 420 x 259 x 12 millimeters, and the weight, a bit over 1 kilo, so it's 1.04 kilos. Now, what you get inside the box is we get the smart cover, we have two USB Type-C to USB Type-C cables, one mini HDMI to HDMI, one power adapter, and user's manual. Now, the response time is 3 milliseconds, which isn't that bad when we take into consideration everything. Well, basically how thin it is, portable, 18-inch, quite insane resolution, and refresh rate as well. And the best thing, it's multi-platform compatible, so you could use it on Switch, you can use it with Steam Deck, PS4, PS5, mobile phones, computers, and so on and so on. So when we take a look at the monitor right here, it's basically almost the same when we're talking about the design and visual aspects right from the first, but taking a look on the sides, on the right side, or if you're facing towards the monitor on the left side, from the bottom to the top we have 3.5mm jack, which is 4-pole, so you can use your headset and your microphone at the same time. Then we have the mini HDMI cable, wheel plus a button to access the OSD menu, and finally here a bit in the middle of the screen we have one speaker. On the other side at the same location we have another speaker. The smart cover is something that I explained at Uplay C2, but I'm going to mention it here as well with UGame K118. It's magnetically attached to your monitor, so you can flip it around and it covers the screen and at the back side. At the back side of the monitor, as already mentioned, you have the VESA mount to use the M4 x 4 millimeters, which you can mount it on 75 x 75 arm or whatever you desire to do so. So what's it all about with the smart cover? You can flip it around, you can do literally whatever you want, and the cool thing is that it's magnetically attached. But what I would suggest, and what they suggest as well, is that you have a possibility, and this is some sort of a security mechanism or lock, let's put it this way. So you have two flips here, two possibility to bend this cover, right? And if you want to place your monitor as such, and you don't want to place it laying flat on the table or using a VESA mount, my suggestion and their suggestion as well, to use the double flip here, so the magnets do make a contact, and then you just place your portable monitor right here at the bottom that is touching the second part of the cover. Now, why is that? There is a slight possibility that monitor might slide. The portable display might slide, and this is somewhat a protection because this way it doesn't have literally no... I'm really pressing it hard, so yeah, it really doesn't matter. Now, when we're talking about the screen quality, I have literally nothing negative to say because I'm really satisfied with the display and everything, how it works. And this is quite cool because usually on some IPS we have backlight bleed. On this one we don't have it in that scenario where you might be worried about. So I haven't noticed it yet, and that's really good because this isn't the only time I've been actually watching this screen, because I've been gaming on it just to test it out and to give you some feedback. But 1 kilo 18-inch, and it kind of does fit quite nicely in your backpack to carry it around if you need additional, let's say, portable or additional screen that you can use for better workflow, or if you want to game on the go with all of those platforms that I mentioned. Now, comparing it to other UPerfect monitors that I reviewed so far, what I can say is that UPerfect actually does continue with the quality. First, when we're talking about the final finish of the monitor. Secondly, the smart cover, that is definitely a good addition to it, because usually what I noticed is some sort of a, let's say, standard in this type of products, not only monitors but tablets or whatever, you don't get the smart cover, which is really handy. You usually have to buy additional covers, or I don't know, sleeves or anything similar to that. UPerfect actually takes care of the screen for you, so you just have to flip the smart cover as it is. On some devices you can only use Type-C, so you don't have to connect it to additional charging. I connected this monitor with the Type-C for power and HDMI for the picture, which still is quite alright when we're talking about connectivity. Now, as I mentioned before, we get quite nice packaging, first of all. The second one is the power adapter, which in this case, as you can see, I'm not using. The box for the power adapter, you have the user's manual, and you get those 3 cables that I mentioned. So, mini HDMI to HDMI and 2 USB Type-C to USB Type-C. Now when we go to the OSD menu, we have picture, which brings us to the point where you could adjust the brightness, contrast, echo, DCR, sharpness, and that's basically it. Then we have the color temperature, hue, saturation, low blue light, and FreeSync. And then we have audio. You can adjust the audio and you can mute it. Other goes with language, display rotate, HDR, aspect ratio, and reset. And then we have choice for input. It can go with auto select, which gives you an option of, let's say, not worrying too much what it is connected. And that's really cool. When we're talking about gaming, it's really those 3 milliseconds. Okay, I mean, you're going to use it on the go. You're not going to use it as a main monitor for your gaming rig or anything similar to that. But in all honesty, if you desire to take your gaming outside of the borders of your gaming room and you want to game on the go, or you want to have additional monitor for your workflow and to give you some extended space on your desktop, this is, well, like any UPerfect monitor, you won't regret the quality behind it. It has FreeSync, it has quite nice resolution with a 16:10 ratio and 2560 x 1600. We have 144 Hz, so fluidity is here without a doubt. 3 milliseconds compared to the full-grown like gaming monitor with 27 or 32 inch. Okay, we have an IPS panel. You can fiddle around with the screen to adjust some perfect setup of the UGame K118, but it's all up to you to decide. Maybe right from the box you'll be satisfied and you won't fiddle about anything when we're talking about the settings. But if you're already into that stuff, like adjusting the monitor right from the box and then making it perfect for your gaming workflow or anything similar to that, that's it. But what I was talking about is the past UPerfect monitors that are reviewed, the 4K version and the Uplay C2, they're also in that same category. So choosing between any of these 3 you won't regret, because okay, 4K can be done more for the workflow or if you want to pair it up with your Mac. The Uplay C2 can be used for also portability, of course, as any other, but you'll be using it as a more portable way because it's a smaller screen. The K118 gives you more visual aspect, gives you more in terms of bigger screen, same resolution, but still we have the refresh rate, we have the response time, and that's really cool because after all you're looking for something that is more portable, or if you really decide, you can use it as a secondary or third monitor on your main setup just to place it vertically, because you can rotate your screen in Windows. So yeah, that's that. I would say it's a quite cool addition to your portability when gaming, portability for your workflow or your business or whatever you decide to do so, because it's really slim. It's 1 centimeter, it's really light, it's just above 1 kilo, so that's really cool. And you can pair it up with your either gaming laptop or your laptop for work, or you could, as I already stated, use it for other platforms as well, which comes in really handy. So all in all, big thumbs up for UPerfect for producing another cool, and gives you basically varieties if you want to go with 15.6 inch or you want to go with 18 inch. It's all up to you to decide at the end. And as per usual, I'm placing the links below for the UPerfect UGame K118. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and click the notification bell for future content. See you very soon, guys. Bye bye.